8, April. Hello, Pisces. Now we're talking about a return to Victorian times and how not to sabotage ourselves during these very changing times. Pluto in Capricorn trined Virgo Saturn is probably the headline of the month. At least that's what I feel on my psychic radar. Simply because it's such an absolute trine, and it's both such an absolute trine rather, and they're both earth signs. So I feel that these are affecting all of us in sort of a very Victorian way, and we are all being sort of forced to return to the energy of the details of our situation and not throw in the towel on what it is that needs to be tended to in ourselves and in our souls in order to evolve on planet Earth. And you know, I saved Pisces and Aquarius for last because I really sat there and looked at it last month when I was going through my stuff. And I was like, hey man, you know, Neptune, the planet that is Pisces ruler, is in Aquarius. And Uranus, Aquarius's ruler, is in Pisces. So this is also really significant for, well, for all of us, but especially for the two of you, Pisces and Aquarius. And I'd like to just call it Piquarius. Because how odd. I mean, those two planets are not at odd with each other, but because Pisces is a rather smooth operator, and Aquarius can be smooth, but it's very jarring, you know, its energy, and it's very stiff in its methods, actually. So it's kind of an interesting footnote and highlights a little bit more of what is going on with Pisces this month. Because Uranus, the planet of sudden shocks and sudden intuitions and sudden gains and losses, is in Pisces, and it will be for a while yet. But it's very significant in terms of like your soul, because Pisces is not used to being pushed around. It doesn't really like being pushed around, but yet you are being pushed around by some unknown, unseen force. And even, like, I've had reports back from several Pisces friends of mine, of whom I have very many, include my mother is a Pisces. I don't know if she's my friend, but anyway, I've been getting reports that these people are having extremely intuitive and psychic flashes, and at the same time feeling powerless because they don't know what to do with it, and they feel like they're an actor in God's play on stage somewhere performing some show that they didn't even sign up to get involved with. And are they getting paid? No, they're just living their lives. So there's something really interesting going on for Uranus in Pisces, affecting Pisces, as well as Neptune in Aquarius. We'll talk about that when I get to the other half of Piquarius. But so specifically Pisces, I'd like to leave you with a little breathing meditation and just say that, like, you have some really wonderful, insightful things going on in your soul that you should write about. Mercury is in Pisces coupled with Venus. It's a very good time for you to be receptive and put it back out there into the universe. Also in conjunction with Pluto and Capricorn, trine Virgo and Saturn, it's a very good time for you Pisceans out there to write. And write your impressions, write poems, write your storm stories, write your romantic mishaps. Write it all down, because it's all very significant stuff and we want to hear from you. And if you have a lazy bone, just get over it, man. You've got to write that stuff down in order to heal, right? And okay, so I wrote also that it's a good time to be very definite about what you want so that you have some kind of compass to gauge your life by instead of wandering aimlessly. A lot of Pisceans suffer from having no plans and just wandering aimlessly. You don't want to do that. You want to get into the definite, okay? And so focus your ideas, write them down in sort of a definite fashion. Doing art which enhances your physical experience on Earth, is a very good idea. You may be a teacher, you may be a talker, a writer, or some kind of poet or dancer. It's definitely a good time to be definite and organize a little bit, organize the idea. Especially on the healing front, because Pisces like the idea of healing. Even if you're a badass Pisces, you still like the idea of healing, admit it. You want to try something non-traditional, okay, so that you can write about it and give it back to us and tell us all about it at a later date. Oh yeah, Pisces. Don't forget that Venus, Uranus, and Mercury together for you are all going to mean that you're going to be brilliant at connecting with people this month. So put the communication out there. You know, be an Aries around who you want to connect with, and don't be shy. Okay?